2018, again, when this poll was conducted, the JLP had a 7 percentage point lead. Now, for those who said that they would vote for the PNP, they were asked another question. They were asked why. 46% said, well, it's because of tradition. It's the way they've always voted. 24% said better party, better governance. Another 9% said they're more for the poor. As for those who said that they would vote for the JLP, 33% said that they would do so because the party is more progressive and doing a better job. 14% said tradition. 11% said the party has implemented a number of workable initiatives. Now, we've covered a number of corruption scandals within the past few months. Scandals involving agencies that fall under the Energy Ministry like Petrojam, as well as others which involved the Education Ministry and the Caribbean Maritime University. Jamaicans were asked whether corruption influenced their voting decision. 37% said, well, no. 58%, more than half of the respondents said no, and 37% said yes. The other 5% either did not know or were not sure. I'm now joined by pollster Don Anderson to look at these numbers to see what they mean. First of all, Mr. Anderson, when you look at why people say they will vote PNP, 46% say this is because of tradition, the way they've always voted. Is this a problem for the PNP that so much of its support comes from traditional, die-hearted supporters?
Well, you could look at it both ways. It's both a positive and a negative, because when you have a hardcore support, then that is something that you welcome. Unfortunately for the People's National Party, that core support is older and largely between the 45, 55 to 65 age group. And therefore, you could say that they're attracting an older set of voters, and therefore perhaps a set of voters that are virtually, not growing, so to speak. When you look at the Jamaica Labour Party, which now attracts a larger, younger population, I think when you look at that, that is something that probably the People's National Party should be concerned about, because that's the growth in the population.
What's the downside, though, of having such an aging support?
Well, we don't want to speak morbidity, but the fact is that when you look at where they're going, then you really don't have a lot of growth in that particular age segment. Whereas when you look at the Jamaica Labour Party support, which is largely sort of middle of the road, but a significant amount of young persons are now, in a way, buying into the Jamaica Labour Party's kind of mandate. And I think that's something that should be concerning to the People's National Party.
When you look at those who said that they would vote for the Jamaica Labour Party, they listed, for example, that they're doing a better job. Only about 14%, I think, said that it's because of tradition. Should the JLP be worried that it doesn't have that large core of traditional supporters?
I don't think it's necessarily something to worry about. One would like to have a larger core support. But what it does say is that there seems to be a wider range of issues that people are relating to with regard to the Jamaica Labour Party than there is with the People's National Party, which is largely focused on people who have always voted that way. And I believe, that number could dwindle after a while for obvious reasons that I mentioned before.
Well, before we go, we wanted to speak a bit about the undecided voters. I think when we did this poll,